Oh, in the air.
Welcome everyone to this meeting of the Broome County Industrial Development Agency of April 17th, 2024. And I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of our March 20th, 2024 board meeting. Thank you, Dan. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Peter. Any discussion? Let's have a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to our public comment session. Anybody wishing to speak on any matter concerning the IDA, please state your name and address for the record and contain your speech to 5 minutes, if you will.
Want me to check the parking lot in case everybody has to come up?
We will call this session to a close. Executive Director's report.
Sure,
Please.
just a few things to report to you all. As a result of our meeting in March, we had discussed forming a small subcommittee of board members to do a review of our local labor policy. I think certainly as issues arise that we think are merit some deeper dive into our policies and procedures, that's always a good thing to do. We did meet about a week to 10 days ago with a few board members, Dan Crocker, Peter Newman, Joe Marabido, Natalie, and I. We provided a review of a comparison of other IDAs within the state and some of their policies, how they're written, some of the caveats and restrictions on that they have. And I think the consensus was, you know, there's no need to rush this. We want to, if we make changes, we want them to be a value add to the organization and to the project. So we're going to have a follow-up meeting on May 9th. And we hope to have some recommendations potentially following that. I don't know if there's any questions on that.
Thank you. Those that stepped up, really appreciate it.
A few other quick items. 600 Main Street, our grant application. We received our formal award letter from New York State Empire State Development for our $11.3 million award from the FAST program for 600 Main Street. We're very excited to get that going. Next steps are just a typical meeting with ESD on the grant guidelines, the contracts. That does have a hefty MWBE requirement with that. So we do have as project manager EDR, which is a WBE. I'm not completely sure that that will satisfy the entirety of the award. That needs to be MWBE. That's 30% of the grant award. So we'll review that with the state. Next steps will be to put together a team to review some of the things we did. A new phase one. Our phase one is dated, so we'll do a new phase one and an updated hydrology analysis. And one of the main things we'll need to do is fill out a fill plan and submit that to the DEC. So that is in process. I will be going to the Town of Union work session this evening just to check in with the town board members and let them know where we're at. And I think it might make sense to have some representatives from the town, maybe their planning office, engage with us on a regular basis as this progresses. I did have the opportunity to get materials to Site Selectors Guild Conference, which was a few weeks ago. And as well, I was at the Industrial Asset Management Council conference in Greenville, which is predominantly corporate real estate executives and national site selectors. I brought some marketing materials on the site, had some good conversations, and have received a few follow-ups that we're tracking. So one of the goals of the state, certainly with this grant, is to identify a user that's in one of their targeted sectors. So advanced manufacturing, clean energy, semiconductor, something in that space. So we're certainly being targeted in who we're approaching on that. So more to come. Southern Tier Clean Tech Corridor, just for reference in your folders, that is the 8-county corridor study we're doing with Newmark Global Location Services. The agency is serving as lead contracting entity with Newmark. We had our kickoff meeting in March with both the Newmark team and as well with the 8 IDAs that make up the Southern Tier for Regional Council region. It was a great kickoff. We are in the next month or two, I would say, is just information gathering. So the Newmark team is collecting a lot of data and information from the region. They plan to do site visits in late June, early July, And we're making a stakeholder list who, you know, industries in the region, companies in the region, the university system, certainly other key stakeholders, and I would love to get them in front of the board at some point as well to talk about the goals of this analysis. We expect it to be done probably October with recommendations for how to market the region specifically towards clean technology, and we're using that in a very broad definition. So, and then lastly, just to let you know, two things, our Paris reporting is done. As of March 31, our Paris reporting for both the IDA and LDC has been complete. Thanks to Gina Pa for getting that done and on time as required by New York state law. And also our ARPA reporting for this quarter has been submitted. Teresa Ryan is still working on that for us, and that was submitted to Broome County per the requirements of the American Rescue Plan Act. We still have funding for the Huron campus and the Oakdale Commons. So more to come on those.
So we do no direct reporting on ARPA, we're a sub-recipient, is that why?
Yeah, so we submit our reporting to the county, and then the county is required to submit that to the federal.
In the town, they've given us funds as well, so you must share.
Yeah, it's all included in the report. Yep, and that's all I had.
Questions for Stacy? Thank you, Stacy. Internal financial reports, you've had a chance, I hope, to review the various financial documents and look to see if anybody has any questions on any of those. If not, moving on to the loan activity report as of March 31st. Are there any questions on that? And funds, I'll raise this again. It seems like we're in kind of a holding pattern.
Yeah,
Are you seeing applicants
I've
come
actually had a
forward?
conversation with two. I'm just waiting on them to send me all the information, so,
Okay,
yeah.
And we are actively marketing our loan programs, you know, it ebbs and flows with activity, but we're getting out there again to make sure people know we have money to lend.
in particular, Steve is pretty,
Yeah.
although
Yeah.
BDF is pretty good size too, but Steve is quite available, if you will.
Mhm.
Okay, moving on to new business, item number 6, resolution accepting an application from CMP Advanced Mechanical Solutions, New York LLC, and authorizing a New York state and local sales and use tax exemption in an amount not to exceed $24,720 for a term not to exceed 12 months, consistent with the policies of the agency in connection with infrastructure adjustments, installation of new manufacturing equipment, upgrades to electrical and mechanical systems, lighting, heating, and cooling equipment, landscaping, roof repair, and parking lot resurfacing on premises located at 159.5 North Griswold Street in the city of Binghamton, Broome County, New York. Stacy.
This is an application for our sales tax exemption program, also known as our small business incentive program. CMP Advanced Mechanical Solutions is looking to do some significant upgrades to their facility, including internal modifications, installation of new equipment, and external modifications such as landscaping, roof repair, parking lot resurfacing. The total cost on this project is $627,000. Eligible sales tax exemption totals $24,720.
Okay, Mayor, I trust this went through governance.
Yes, governance moves it forward as a motion to approve.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a second? Thank you, Dan. Any discussion or questions for Stacy?
Where exactly on Griswold is that? Is it past Robinson Street?
It's on Bevere
It's on
Street.
Bevere, yeah,
Oh.
that's why when you said Griswold, John.
Yeah, they call it North Griswold.
Okay.
North Griswold gaps because of the railroad station. And then it gaps again and it's off of Old State Road above the railroad tracks. So it's,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so
You
that's
amaze me.
the,
You
When I
amaze
put it
me.
in, I tried to look it up.
When he
and
retires, he's gonna become a mapper.
I know. He knows every inch of the county.
Yeah,
I know.
I tried to look it up on Google Maps and it showed
Yeah.
me the Salvation Army.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Obviously, that's not it.
You know where Buckingham is on Bevere, right across the street.
Oh,
It's the-
okay.
It's the old Universal place.
Yes.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
on the corner, really.
All right.
yeah, kind of behind the Theodore.
Yeah.
It's on the corner of Broome.
It's
It's on the
right
corner of Broad and
Yeah.
Griswold.
Big.
Yeah.
Broad solar batteries for the storage.
When you get off the highway,
Yeah.
They
for,
said business is going great.
And then-
Revere Street, it's right there.
Yeah,
When
right,
you turn right,
right.
you know.
I didn't realize they had so much, they said they go from Revere all the way back to the railroad.
Yeah, they have a lot
All
of
the way-
acreage
all the way
back there
81.
too.
Nick is the old Universal, you said?
Yes,
Yeah.
they bought that building from Universal.
Yeah, okay.
Joe, do you have a question?
No, I was just wondering what they make and, yeah.
I would, I guess, classify them as sort of a contract manufacturer, but they do large niche, heavy equipment. Where they're growing a lot is in the area, they built the large frameworks. This is where the brunt of their growth has been, large frameworks for battery storage systems. That has been a significant source of their growth, but they do things like MRI machining equipment. They do things with Amazon warehouse equipment. They do things at like airport security kiosks. So they have a few different product lines. But their growth has been really exploding in this clean, in this battery storage. They designed the frameworks. Actually, I think BAE actually gets some of their systems from CMP.
Racks and whatnot.
Mhm.
Interesting, unless I'm reading this wrong. The investment will result in the creation of 75 new jobs.
They're, as
Yes.
Peter mentioned,
A lot.
they're.
For this area.
Yeah,
A lot of creation for a little bit of money.
yeah,
Yeah, that's.
Oh, no,
Very small.
yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
75.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Compare that to some of the projects we did.
So there's a motion and a second. Are we prepared to vote?
Manufacturers all day long. Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Before we go into executive session, I have the pleasure and of sharing this with everyone. Stacy has been with the agency for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And we'd very much
Thank you.
like to acknowledge,
Oh, thank you very much.
without dumping my water all
Oh,
over Joe.
thank you.
Thank you, Stacy,
Thank
for your.
you. It has been a wonderful 10 years. I've learned a lot.
Every bit of it.
And I
right?
learned, yes. No, thank you for the support, and it's an incredible board and an incredible team, and we've got big projects ahead, and I look forward to continuing to work with you all on them. And, yes,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a nice surprise. Thank you.
Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Thank you, Joe. Is there a second? Thank you.
And let me just state for the record, the purpose of executive session is for the potential sale of IDA owned property and purchase of property by the IDA.
With that said, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are moving ever so slowly into executive.